Hello friends. Social media. It's a blessing and a curse, but it is tied to society as a whole. Yet I ask you this. What is social media's effect on the public sphere? What is the public sphere, I hear you ask? Well, Jürgen Habermas's The Public Sphere, an encyclopedia article from 1964, states it as, quote, a realm of our social life in which something approaching public opinion can be formed, which I choose to interpret as being how we form our views, being from those we surround ourselves with, to form our opinion and in part influence those people around us. Well, how has social media got to this point? In 1997, the website 6degrees.com was made. It is often considered one of the first social media platforms, even if it may not be the actual first. In 2003, MySpace launches, which has been many a person's first social media platform, where you started with one friend, the developer of MySpace, Tom. In 2005, YouTube is launched, being created by 3 former PayPal employees. In 2006, Twitter is launched with its well-known 140 word count. In 2007, Tumblr is launched. Alongside Tumblr, 2007 brings the start of the rise of the influencer, where there are a lot of iconic names on YouTube active at this time, including Hank Green, Vsauce and Smosh. Instagram was launched in 2010, and Snapchat was launched in 2011. TikTok launched in 2016, but it replaced Musical.ly, which was more well known in the West, in 2018. While it is important to us, as where public opinion is formed allows for the people to scrutinise and hold the government accountable. On a similar note, it allows for the people to push for change, such as gay rights, where as times change, the hegemonic opinion also changes. As for instance, in 1967, the Sexual Offences Act of the same year was passed, which began the process of decriminalisation of homosexuality. Yet it wasn't often considered to be decriminalised truly until 2013, when it became legal to get married as a homosexual couple, showing how a change of legislation can change public perceptions, and how those public perceptions can change legislation in a very cyclical pattern. So, how is social media affecting this? Social media has allowed that idea of the public sphere to broaden, and taken it to a global scale rather than the smaller communities it was prior. This is a great thing, as it allows people to hold public figures into account. Now, with this, I'll be referring to the current President of the United States as of November 2025, as people on social media platforms such as Instagram, where people are releasing political comics to a global audience rather than just in a newspaper, such as this one. This comic panel frames the current president as a criminal about to be caught, as this is how Columbo gets the guy at the end of an episode, as he starts with this and then goes into the evidence. This is great, as it shows the public the thoughts of having a convicted felon as a president. You can find more from Joe Data, the creator of this panel, on his Instagram, which is on screen now and will be in the description. But also, clips of the news or statements from public figures are shared more, allowing for people to form opinions and create a hegemonic viewpoint, such as this clip here.
If we denuclearize.
Mr. President, could you tell us why you needed to get an MRI? I understand that the results were good, but what was it for?
Because it's part of my physical. Getting an MRI is very standard. Well, you think I shouldn't have it? Other people got it.
Typically an MRI
I had an MRI. Here's what the story is. I had an MRI. The doctor said it was the best result he has ever seen as a doctor. That's it. But I had an MRI as part of my standard yearly, or I think they do it every 2 years, but I have the physical every year, and the result was outstanding.
Was it your brain?
Did you
or
know?
heart?
I have no idea what they analyzed, but whatever they analyzed it well, and they said that I had as good a result as they've ever seen. Now, the other thing I took, as you know, a very advanced test on mental acuity, because I think a president should have to do that. And as you probably heard, I aced it. I got a perfect score. I got the highest score. I got a perfect score. And the only reason I tell you that is it's one subject, unlike Biden and others, that you can take off your plane.
A question on nuclear testing, just being very specific.
This tells the world, for a lack of a better term, that the president does not know what he is on about, as an MRI is not something you take frequently, unless you are in a lot of medical problems. He also puts down prior presidents such as President Joe Biden, so he is trying to make himself look more powerful compared to other people who have came before him. Anyway, the downsides of social media on the public sphere are numerous. One such downside is to an individual's psyche, as social media is of itself a hyperreality, which was coined by Baudrillard, meaning what is not real feels more real than reality. This is often known as a simulacrum. This establishes an impossible expectation of beauty, and with almost anyone being able to view your social media posts, it feels like there is constantly people judging you, and this can be really bad for someone's mental health. Another downside is that hate speech is able to flourish. Once again, we'll be looking at the President of America and his social media, which he has constantly used to degrade other politicians and put down people, as seen here. What Trump is doing here is he's attempting to boost American pride, while probably stroking his own ego at the same time, by attempting to put down the power that Vladimir Putin has, and simultaneously making himself seem more powerful than he actually is. As the president, he is held accountable by the Supreme Court and legislative branches of government, meaning he would not have as much power as he says he would. But he also does it here as well. In these two posts, Donald Trump is trying to detract from the influence Marjorie Taylor Greene may have, while simultaneously trying to boost his own significance. He is doing this by calling her a traitor, by saying that she's not a true Republican, by referring to her as Marjorie Taylor Brown, while also directly calling her a traitor. Now, just be clear, I do not support Donald Trump, nor do I like him. But here, when he is insulting Vladimir Putin and Marjorie Taylor Greene, he is excellently showing how the public sphere and social media are linked, due to the fact that hate is allowed to grow on social media, even when it's someone famous behind the account. Because of that perceived veil of anonymity, even when it's not anonymous at all, it allows people to say anything. And people do use that to spread hate, which has a fundamentally negative view on society as a whole, because it tries to influence the hegemonic opinion against people, against each other. To conclude, social media has a fundamentally negative impact on the public sphere, as it grows hate and worsens mental health of many people in society as they chase an impossible standard. So, thank you all for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, please don't forget to like, and goodbye.